Hey guys, thanks for clicking through. Is your team stuck in what we call protective mode? What is protective mode, you're thinking? Well, are you noticing any of these behaviors in your team, right? Is there bullying? Is there any gossiping? Is there backbiting? Is there contention? Is there harassment? Is there discrimination, right? Is there a culture of shame that's going on? Do people feel free to express their ideas and thoughts without being ridiculed? Do people feel confident and able to express what they actually think and feel? Do you find that you're putting out lots of fires, lots of contentions, lots of arguments, lots of lack of accountability, lots of diminishing trust, right? Are you noticing any of these things? If so, they are symptoms of what we call a protective mindset. Now, most teams, and I've just finished being on a Zoom meeting with a team that is exactly in this place, right? They've been under full stress, more stress than they normally would be. And here's what's happened is that when they're under extreme stress or more stress than normal, people will revert to the behaviors that they've always done in the past, right? So they may have learned something in the last 6 months or whatever. They may have learned some new things. They may have been to some trainings. They may have done whatever it was that they've done, all these different kind of leadership programs or whatever it might be. All right, they've done all those things. And yet when the stress turns on, when the stress increases, when they really have to get down to stuff, they revert back to old behaviors, right? And those old behaviors are all around keeping them safe. They're focused on how do I keep myself safe in this workspace. That usually means that they're in a protective mindset. So what to do about that? Don't look at the behaviors as the problem, right? You've got to not ignore the behaviors, but you've got to think about the deeper level, the deeper reasons, the actual underlying cause of why those behaviors keep happening, and you need to address it at the root cause, right? It's about how do we get them into a growth mode instead of being stuck in this protective mindset, okay? Google did a huge study over years, and it was called the Aristotle Project, right? And it was a study of why highly productive teams were highly productive. 5 key areas stood out, right? One, and by far and away the most important one, was psychological safety, right? That means that people, members of your team, feel safe, right? To be able to express their new ideas, their thoughts, their opinions, what it was, without fear of ridicule, shame, embarrassment, or any of those things, right? So psychological safety was the most important thing, right? That set highly productive teams apart from everyone else. Right, the other 4 things were structure and routine, right? Dependability, believing that you will get stuff done and that other people will get stuff done that they said they were going to do, right? Dependability. The structure and routine, being able to know what the impact of your work is, right? How does my work impact on the company, the goals and everything that we're doing? And meaning in work. Do I find I get meaning or purpose from the work that I'm doing? Those are the 5 key areas, okay? So what has that got to do with protective mindset? Well, in teams that have these 5 things, they're in a growth mode. They're not in protective mode, right? They're able to grow and expand and innovate and create and produce the kind of results that you want in a team, okay? So moving from productive mode into growth mode. Now, what keeps them in growth mode is emotional agility, right? That is the skill or a set of skills that helps to keep you away from protective mindset, right? When, as individuals, we start to think that this is wrong or that's wrong, or it's someone else's fault, or it's that person's fault, or, we begin to do all that kind of stuff. That's when we need to have and develop what we call emotional agility. So those are the 2 things. Moving from protective mode to growth mode, right? And to stay there, we need to develop this emotional agility. How do we get to growth mode? Well, we've got to make sure that we implement those 5 key areas, right? We need to provide a way for psychological safety, for dependability, for clear structure and routine, for meaning and purpose in work, and impact of work. If we can provide all those things, as well as help our team members to develop emotional agility, they are going to become highly productive teams. So if this is something that you're interested in, you'd like to move your team from being this, and believe me, 85% of teams are stuck in protective mode. 85%. So if you want to move your team from protective mode into this growth mode, well, would love you to book a call with us. Would love to help you with that. Maybe just book in a call. Would like you to book a call, talk to us, and let us talk to you about what's going on specifically for your team and how we could help you. Right? If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You could also register your interest for a seminar. Come along to a seminar that will run publicly, right? Once we have the numbers in your area, you'll be invited to come along to that seminar. So register your interest and let us know that you're interested in hearing a little bit more about this. It'll be a free seminar. Come along and find out some more information. So either book a call or register your interest for a seminar. We'd love to get in touch with you and talk to you more about how we can help you improve your teams, right? Go ahead and do those things. Hopefully that's helpful for you today. Pick one of those two options, and I'd love to see you on the other side and talk to you more about how we can help your team. Sweet.